John, thank you so much for joining us right off this merger. Let's just jump right into it. Unity shares are falling on this news, in part maybe due to the announcement, in part maybe due to the lowered guidance. Why don't you talk us through what investors are missing today, why you chose Ironsource for this acquisition?
Well, look, I think combining Unity with Ironsource creates an incredible opportunity. At one level, we're going to be able to help developers, whether they're digital twin developers or they're gaming developers, build better products, basically bringing more data from consumers into the creation process, and then also bring the creation into the user acquisition process to ensure that they get the right, best quality user acquisition so they can optimize their business. And then secondarily, aside from that sort of long-term crisp vision for how this is a winner, there's some amazing near-term synergies that we think are durable, they'll last a long time, but they're going to come immediately or very closely following the acquisition. One is around, the ad network part of this. Very crisply, it's a business where more data means more performance for advertisers, and more performance for advertisers is good for us. It's a rev share business. Secondly, they bring a mediation tool, a leading mediation tool. That's an important part of a full stack network, and it's a great product. And again, we'll bring more data to it, bringing more advantage. And then lastly, I can get into the Supersonic thing, but Supersonic's a tool they have. We can integrate it into our editor. And what that enables is that long tail, that developer that's looking to build a business and they're creative, but they don't have the resources for user acquisition or to mount a campaign or the sophistication for it, and really enabling them to find success quickly. So my sense is this is one of those deals where it'll take a while for people to figure it out. My job is to make sure we're doing the right things in the long term, but in this case, short term and long term, we're going to deliver.
Yeah, and speaking in the shorter term, John, you did lower your guidance this morning along with this announcement. You cited some macroeconomic factors, but can you be more specific on what those factors are and what you're seeing through the end of the year that caused you to think you need to lower your guidance?
Steve, I wish I could answer that question, but guys like me in situations where we provided a certain amount of information for investors earlier today in a public disclosure, can't really go further, but we were crisp and clear in what we're seeing, and we've got our earnings call in August, and we explained that we'll provide further information at that point. But one of the hallmarks of Unity and my, Luis, our amazing CFO, is just total transparency. We wanted to get out there so investors could make an informed decision, not to have anything held back, and so we provided that today as part of our merger messaging.
John, it's Kelly. If I could just follow up here with the stock falling today the way it is, you mentioned that people need to give you some time to demonstrate what the value of this deal is. Why isn't it immediately apparent? And is it because you want data to unlock advertising potential, as you mentioned a moment ago, that they just need to understand that or see that line of thinking better?
Well, look, I think first off, far be it for me to second guess the market. The market was down overall. I don't think we caused that. Bad jokes aside, my sense is, we were, news sometimes it's not incredibly simple in the near term in this market for tech stocks, moves things around in unpredictable ways. We're prepared for that. What we are convinced of is as we bring these two companies together, the upside is incredibly clear. And we provided benchmark guidance today for being at an $800 million EBITDA run rate by the end of 2024. That's a big number for any company that's growing as rapidly as we are at this scale. And my sense is as people study this and they understand it, they too will believe it. And when they believe it, typically good things happen with stocks. But again, I'm not a day-to-day stock picker. I can't tell you when it's going to go up or when it's going to go down.